Hi and welcome back to our channel, where we recap your favorite video games. Today we will be recapping Atomic Hearts, so without further ado, let's begin. At the beginning of the story, Major Sergei Nechev is riding on a boat while talking to his neuropolymer glove. He is amazed because of technological advancement in the city, and due to this it becomes a comfortable workplace. On his way, he heard a tour guide explaining about the city, that it floats on the Icarus platform, which is a feat of modern science and technology. This city in the clouds was built in 1950. Many leading scientists from all over Soviet republics live here, including the German SSR. So this place has brilliant and dedicated minds to work with. Soon the voice faints and a robot lands on the boat and offered him a glass of soda. As he continues to pass the lake, Sergei tells his consciousness partner that he is still working on the robotics navigation system. While they are talking about the celebrations in the city, Dr. Dmitry Sechenov calls him and asks him if he slept well. He tells him that he enjoyed and had his rest, and now he is waiting for further orders. Dr. Dmitry advised him to be careful with the device as it is now more powerful than Sergei can think, but Sergei responds that he will keep it safe. Dr. Dmitry orders him to report to the lab so that he can complete his integration with the neuropolymer glove. He also tells Sergei that he is busy today, so Mikhail Stockhausen will attend to him. After talking with Dr. Dmitry, he lands on the ground. As he moves further, he is amazed to see the space technology which makes the sky amicable for mankind. After looking around for a while, he reaches a person who asks him if he likes to have a thought device as it's high time to get it. Sergei says that he is just browsing around, but that person forces Sergei to get it because it's an instant memory device and good for a polymerized person like him, as they will help him in activating his neuroconnectors. As it's free, Sergei decides to try one, but surprisingly when he connects this device to his brain, no biometric data is detected. It seems that there is some kind of malfunctioning, so he quickly leaves that place and moves forward. On his way, he heard two persons talking that how good one of them is feeling after getting a polymer treatment, and it also helps him in studying physics and chemistry. It all shows how much the inhabitants of this city are involved with technology. Soon Sergei reaches the main site where today's celebration is going to happen. There he meets with a robot who offers him to learn about the history of Facility 3826 and its discoveries so that he can pay his tributes to the victims of war. Everyone here looks happy and contented because this place has everything in it just like any other advanced city. However, after looking around, he reaches a monument that is built in commemoration of war victims. It's quite inspiring for him to establish a connection with them, but he gets over it very soon and moves forward. Then he reaches out to an interpreter who gives him warm welcome and asks him how he can help him, to which Serge responds that what he can tell him about space. He answered that they can talk about it endlessly, but for the time being, he can say that how we should live here on Earth can only be answered out there. However, Serge is curious about whether mankind is ready to leave its homeland. Although it's difficult to tell whether they are ready or not, but soon mankind will have a technology that will enable them to explore distant space. Well, it's a good thought for now, but as soon they will be able to do this, they can go to the stars and become aliens for other races that live far away. It's amazing. And what makes Serge more amazed is the robotic high-resolution camera that is the most advanced form he has ever seen. After roaming about for a while, Serge reaches the doorstep of a place where he shows his ID proof and tells a robot that he is here for duty. After scanning the ID, the robot welcomes Comrade Major and allows him to enter the main hallway. The environment is quite enjoyable as today is the birthday of the communal. This place is the future of Soviet education, as it is a personal project of Dr. Sechenov's poly-education. By injecting this neuropolymer, nobody needs to go to an educational institute and study for many years. They will become educated members of society in a fraction of a second. After telling him everything, she offered him a polymer capsule that he promptly grabbed and inject its content into his neuropolymer glove. Now he has an updated version of his neuropolymer glove technology, which enables Major Seger's nervous system to scan anything through his retina. Then the robot tells him the correct way to activate this ability. After learning everything about this thing, he leaves the premises so that he can continue his mission. Soon he reaches the doctor's office so that he can get the access code from there. This place has a strange charm to it, and the Major always loves to come here. After looking around for a while, Major enters in as an elevator in which he listens about the polymerization plan. By using this injection, one can learn everything in just 5 minutes and no effort is required. As he is listening to all this, A voice comes which asks him to join this mission as he is a patriotic citizen of the Soviet Union. By joining it, he can learn how to control robots with his mind, which will help him in exploring new dimensions of space and technology. This mission requires more people as the global launch of 2.0 is near. However, as Major reaches the lab, two robots come in his way. They are twins and works as assistant of Dr. Dmitri. They give him the code for vehicle activation, which is waiting for him downstairs, and he needs to hurry because he does not have much time left to conduct his mission at the facility. He quickly collects the key and moves back towards the elevator, where he receives an apology message from Dr. Dmitri that he cannot meet him in person. Major Surge congratulates him for establishing such advanced technology for USSR, but according to Dr. Dmitri, he built it for the whole of mankind. By using this technology, man can reach the farthest of starts, and it's just the beginning of the greatest discoveries of mankind. However, Dr. Dmitri is happy that whenever someone wants to crush mankind's dreams, a warrior like Major Surge came and defends mankind and its destiny. After finishing this conversation, he gets into the car because he needs to go to another lab where he can update his neuropolymer mechanics. On his way, he sees the Soyuz granite bridge spanning Lake Lazur and two of the facility's high-profile test sites, the VDNH and Sahelin, which are connected by magnetic levitation or maglev rail. This technology was pioneered by the Cell Aim Design Department and the personal project of Dr. Lebeshiansky. It is a mesmerizing sight for anyone who sees this for the first time, and all this is possible through the combination of brilliance and technology. As this place is passed, now Major can observe the automated plant performing robot assembly and distributing machine parts required by the facility's various complexes, controlled remotely by a collective 1.0 node. As this factory passes, a main computational center comes, which is a main radio processing unit. After this, Major passes through sunflowers, lands, monuments, and many other well-known buildings around. However, while he was flying comfortably, suddenly the combat mode activates and some robots attack him. As a result of this attack, the whole vehicle crashed on the ground. Major doesn't understand what's going on all around. While he is figuring out all this, a lady robot comes to assist him. He asks about the situation, on which she tells him that she does not know what's going on all around him. All the robots were having their normal operations ongoing when they suddenly becomes hostile. He fights with them so that he can safely get up from there, but suddenly all goes dark. When he gets back consciousness, he finds himself at a destructed place. He tries to connect with his boss and tells him that situation here is much worse than their imagination. Doctor tells him that Viktor Petrov is the reason behind all this, as he is a traitor. He hacked the system and caused the civilian robots to attack the facility employees. So now Major mission is to find the target, Viktor, and take him alive to the boss. After concluding his conversation with the boss, Major collects some data related to Viktor. He gets to know that Viktor is a chief engineer behind Cooperative 2.0, and he was arrested for treason and sentenced to community service at the Vavilov complex. To find Viktor, he must go to the underground levels of the facility. While he is heading toward his target, he heard someone cries for help. When he opens up a cabin, a malfunctioned robot attacks him. Major is almost choked to death when an elderly woman comes to help him. She introduced herself as Granny Zena. She tells him that she is going to the underground levels, so if he wants to get in there, he can accompany her. After surviving the robotic attack, he reaches down into the facility to look for Viktor. There he gets to know that they bring him back here so that he can finish his project. As he is looking around in search of his target, a massive robot attacks him, but thanks to Dr. Larissa Filatova, who saved his life. She helps him in getting back on his legs, as she requires his help in saving the soldiers who bring Major here. But in the meantime, many robots attack them. Major Surge deals with them and finally makes his way out from there. But he still has to find Viktor. He finds it on the other side of the research facility. Viktor Petrov is busy with his work when Major asks him to surrender himself. However, to save himself, he activates the intrusion mode, due to which many robots attack him. Viktor escapes from there, but while again looking for him, Major Comrade finds many truths about the ongoing research on artificial intelligence. This technology will enable human consciousness to talk even after their physical death. As he moves forward, he sees Dr. Dimitri's video, in which he accepts that by creating this advanced technology, he puts the human race under threat. This confession leaves Major Surge stunned, but he continues as he has to complete his mission. He has to find a polymer container so that he can save this place from destruction. While looking for that yellow polymer cylinder, he sees another video in which the scientist tells others that how by using hydrogen atoms they can make lethal weapons that can be used in war. Now he is getting an idea of what his boss is doing here, but for now, he finds that pesticide cylinder and destroys it. Finally, he gets out of the facility, but now he has to figure out the truth behind all this. Granny Xena takes him to her home so that he can rest for a while. There he watches an ongoing meeting in which Comrade Molotov is mad at Dr. Dimitri due to his negligence in the neuropolymer project. According to him, this project will cause Western sanctions on them and will ultimately destroy them. However, Dr. Dimitri does not agree with them. According to him, it's his project that can save their soldiers and citizens from war. At the end of the meeting, Comrade Molotov orders a commission to investigate the cause of malfunction in Dr. Dimitri's projects. But this decision makes Dimitri annoyed. However, Serge is astonished that how Granny Xena got access to this video. She responds that it's her connections that enable her to keep an eye on everything going around her. After knowing all, the reality Major continues his journey, during which he meets with Michael Stockhausen, who is in bad condition. He delivers a message to Major that he has to activate the emergency protocol, otherwise the world will have consequences. So he gets in the facility and stops the catastrophe for a while, but he has to figure out his reality at this point. However, robotic malfunctioning all around the area is increasing rapidly, and things are going to be worse after the murder of Comrade Molotov. Major Serge himself faces many gigantic robotic attacks. But now he is committed to end all this, otherwise it can be more damaging than any war that happens in entire human history. But during all this, Major have to deal with his malfunction because he also has polymers in his body. He goes to meet with Dr. Larissa Filatova, who tells him that Professor Cheriton Zarov is developing collective subsystems and modules, and he also implant this module in the Major's body. But to develop this, he runs many experiments, and the results of these were disastrous and inappreciable. This makes him a device instead of a living being. So this might be the reason Major he dealing with malfunction right now, because they have modified every part of his body when he was on the death table. They give him the name P3, to whom they can contact with neural connections. They also remove his memories that belong to his wife and activate his combat mode so that they can turn him into a biological weapon. Dr. Larissa also tells him that by pushing just a button, Dr. Dimitri can shut down his consciousness, which turns him into a killing machine. So he decides to end this once and for all and go to Dr. Dimitri's office to shoot him. As he fired a bullet at him, he gets to know that his glove consciousness is behind all this massive killing of scientists. As he tries to remove the glove, he falls and his consciousness takes the form of a human-like body. Now this evil thing wants to end the entire human race, and the game ends here. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, then please consider liking our video and subscribing to our channel. We will see you in the next one.